today marks the 900th day in a row that I have been day trading. I'm day trading futures right now. I started with Forex and transitioned over to futures at the beginning of last year. So now I'm trading ES only, and I went full time this year. So I'm filming this in May, beginning of May. So it's been about 4 months of full-time trading now. And yeah, I've learned a lot. And also have a lot to share because this is a very interesting industry, you know? There's not a lot of transparency. There's not a lot of information that's readily available. Something I heard someone say recently is that, you know, all the information is in English. Anyone who's not speaking English, you know, is probably going to have a more difficult time trading U.S. markets than me. So I just wanted to make this video to, you know, just talk to anyone who's interested in day trading and, you know, maybe needs to find that path. And also just, you know, what have I learned from being in the markets for 2 years, basically, you know? So starting with a little bit about me and my, like, why you should even listen to me. I got fired from a job. I was, you know, wanted to be a Michelin star chef, became a Michelin star chef. And yeah, eventually just got fired. It was purely political. I worked there with my girlfriend. They didn't like that we both worked there, so I got fired. But that was, for me, like, that was the light bulb moment of, how can I live like this? How can I live employed by someone else who can just rug pull my income at any time? And yeah, day trading is a little bit different because you have to make your income, and I'm finding out the difficulties of that now. But all to be said, I enjoy my life a lot more making less right now than I did having a full-time job, but working for myself and not feeling like I'm slaving away for someone else who's really, at the end of the day, only paying me minimum wage because they have to. They wouldn't pay me if they didn't have to. But what have I learned about markets? What has this taught me about, you know, day trading as a whole? Number one, it is so fucking possible. If there's anyone that's telling you day trading is a scam, day trading is gambling, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about, because I firsthand have seen it. I've done it myself. I've seen it. I've met many people that are doing this, you know, their whole entire career. And the analogy I would give is, if you as a company, you're a business, and you invest in a marketing campaign, do you know with any level of certainty that that marketing campaign is going to give you a return on your investment? There's an argument, yes and no. Yes and no. You don't know that it's going to give you any return. Same thing with a trade. I know when I enter a trade that to X%, whatever my win rate is at the time, that's how certain I can be that this trade is going to work out. And that's why we have A setups, B setups, C setups, that we know with more or less certainty that this is, you know, one of our best trade setups. Now, the other thing is that the strategy is the easy part. It's very easy to find a good strategy that you want to trade with because there are so many strategies that work. I've met probably over 100 traders in person, in a room, shaking hands, and every single one of them trades slightly different. Some of them are profitable, some of them aren't, but it all comes down to what's going on in here, in your head. My biggest problem right now that's holding me back is not managing my profit enough. But that's not a trade problem. That's a personal problem. I'm in a lack mindset. I don't have enough money. I need more money. I need this payout. That's what's holding me back. And that's all mindset. None of this is actually relevant to, like, on the chart work. It's all work that needs to be done up here. So if you're starting out new, I highly suggest you, and if you're happen to see this video, go through whatever, go to ASFX TV and, you know, meet some people there, find a mentor there. top one at Futures Academy, they have a lot of different coaches, because the whole point is that you find a strategy that makes sense to you. I personally like trading with the VWAP because when you think about the market, you have time, you have price, and you have volume. The VWAP makes a line that incorporates all three of those things. So it has full synchronicity of the way that the market functions, and that gives me a very unbiased way to look at things. But that may not resonate with you. Maybe you prefer the way someone trades with standard deviation bands and mean reversion and whatnot. So the other thing is it's not about math. The math has nothing to do with it. Hedge funds, let's talk about them for just a second. Trading as a retail trader, which is what I am, is a fully discretionary endeavor, because if you become systematic, do you really believe that whatever edge you're finding in some data in your market analysis has not already been discovered by the top hedge funds? Like, let that sink in. They have 50, 100 people in a closet working all day to come up with the way to exploit someone with a $50,000 account. Like, legitimately, they have people working in the background saying, what is the max pain threshold that someone with a $50,000 account shorting a stock can take? What can they take before they break? This is real. And this is what's going on, and this is who I'm up against as a retail trader. So don't get into it thinking that this is going to be easy. Go into it with the expectation that I will get nothing out of this other than learning how to trade markets and how the financial markets work a little bit more. We never understand fully, but a little bit more. I went into it with the expectation, and I still hold the expectation, that I will make a lot of money from this. I will become a millionaire. And that in many ways I'm already a millionaire in the lifestyle that I live. That it's 12 o'clock on a Wednesday and I'm sitting outside enjoying the beautiful weather after I just got off a call with people who are making tens of thousands of dollars a month, and that I'm in a call with them to begin with. So day trading will be the most interpersonal journey that you go on. And if you're willing to commit to learning about yourself, if you're willing to commit to being an entrepreneur, if you're willing to commit to the uncertainty of outcomes, when you take on an entrepreneurial venture, this is for you. Now, what have I learned from 900 days of trading? I've learned that nothing is guaranteed, and that I thought I would be a lot further monetarily than I am. However, even though I'm not as far monetarily as I thought I would, I am much farther technically, mentally than I ever thought I would or knew to be capable. Reading charts is not hard. It's not hard, and it's really about understanding yourself, because we're all different to some degree, and you know what your risk tolerance is going to be different from my risk tolerance, and I have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of that when you're in the live markets. What else have I learned? Trading prop with these profit targets and rules has been more difficult for me than I expected. I also have a live account that I'm not making money on, but I have the account and it's my money. But you trade it differently, and I haven't traded in a while. I would be interested to see how I trade it now. But also I know I can't split my focus too much. Focus is so important. If I've learned anything, it's that my focus needs to be narrowed very fine for long periods of time, intraday and monthly. And then so you have spurts. Your spurts of being really focused, where you're in a season. You're in the season, whether it's the morning, so from 6:30 to 9:30, you're focused, you're in the groove, you're in the flow, and that's what you're doing, and you can't think of anything else, because you're just going to get sidetracked if you do. I've also learned that you can't be so attached to the day trading side of yourself that this is your identity. Because when you do, and you're not succeeding, that's your identity. You're not a successful person. But is that really true? What does it even mean to be a successful person? These are the questions that you have to dive into when you get started day trading. It's like the most philosophical journey that you would never expect to go on. And I'm speaking from experience as someone who's 23 years old, and I don't know how I would have ever thought so deeply about myself and basically figuring out what makes me tick, what makes me move in the morning. I don't know if a regular job would have ever given me the opportunity to do this. And I have a college degree as well. I don't use it, but I have it. And that was never a thought-provoking experience for me. It was very much just a rinse and repeat. Can you regurgitate information? Trading, it is not regurgitating information in the slightest. Not at all. It's a very creative endeavor. Very creative. Because you have tiers. You have tiers to making money. There's physical labor. That's the lowest tier. Then you have leadership, which is your basic managers. Then you have communication, which is sales. Communication is everything. I'm selling you on myself in this video that you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sales, communication. Then lastly, you have creativity. That's the uncapped. Sales is also uncapped to some degree. But creativity, that's the uncapped market of, you could sell an art piece for $1 billion. I could make a trade and make $10,000, $1 million, $100 million. Uncapped is creativity. So if day trading doesn't speak to you, find another creative endeavor. That should be your side hustle. What is creative to you? What do you enjoy spending your time on? What do you want to build? And allow that to shine for you. Because none of us want to die working for someone. And even if we do, I think we're just a cop-out. Like, do you really want to work for somebody? I'm in America. We love to say in America, we are free. But if you have someone that's telling you when you can come to the office, when you're allowed to get income, they can cut you off from that income. Anything can happen. That company can go down. Now you don't have any income. Are you free, or are you a slave to that income? So that's just a question that I've been thinking about quite a bit, and one of the reasons why I started day trading to begin. So as I wrap up this video, I'm finding myself not thinking about what philosophical advice can I share, but rather to move you to dig deep and find what's creative to you, because at the end of the day, all that matters is if we really enjoyed our life, and our life is all up here. It's a paradigm. How you view the world, how you think about the world is truly how you're going to experience the world. So if anything, make it a positive paradigm. Live in a positive paradigm, and don't let small day-to-day things ruin a long-term goal or a long-term plan. And honestly, try day trading. I think not enough people give it enough time. Commit a year or two. Whatever you can commit and say, I'm going to study 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day for a year, that's going to get you somewhere in the ballpark of like 1,500 hours. You'll get some interesting information at 1,500 hours, and you'll know whether you want to continue doing this or not. But It's a marathon, not a sprint. And yeah, I love day trading, and this is an ever personal journey that just will never end for me. So with that all being said, that's the end of this video.